Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and with this video, we'll be discussing my thoughts on episode 8 of the anime series, Keijo. This is a pretty badass episode. Totally made me do a WTF and laugh out loud, at least on 3 separate occasions, just in this one episode. From the pre-credits sequence where you have Non effectively using her big bubble butt yet again without actually doing anything, an opponent just runs into it and she goes flying, in the opposite direction. But the real winner for this episode was, of course, the matchup between Nozomi and Usagi. Usagi being she has such a bone to pick with Nozomi because of all of the times Kusakai Mio, I finally know her name, has been getting all rapey hands on Nozomi. It has nothing to do with Nozomi. It's all Kusakai's own actions, but of course Usagi blames her. And she wants a piece of that action. She wants to take Nozomi down a peg. And I loved their matchup. It looked like basically Nozomi was going to be outmatched because of how speedy and how light she is, how small she is for an opponent. And but Nozomi, everyone is like cheering her on. Use what you learned. Use the turnip pulling techniques you learned. And of course, Nozomi does this, and she's adaptable. She's using it in real time and then mixing and matching a couple of different moves to take Usagi down. And I was like, hell yeah. It was like, got me fist pumping. I was like, yeah. It was just a brilliant little battle. But what really surprised me was then we skip ahead a month and we're into the thick of the East-West War. And of course, when the girls get to this big Keijo showcase that is more attuned to the East school, they're overhearing immediately the headmistress, or whatever you want to call it, principal, whatever the designation would be, of the East school, ripping into them, saying, they haven't won in all the East-West wars previous, in all the 10 previous, they haven't won one of them. None of their players, even the ones that have the biggest talent, even the ones that are showing the most promise, it's down to the teachers of the Western school being so bad at, being teachers and guiding them and coaching them that their players just can't win. And of course, Nozomi and the girls overhear this, and they're about to throw down, and we're introduced to this character, Maya, who I was looking forward to ever since seeing her in the credits. She kind of reminds me of the Kantai Collection Kankol character, who is my favorite, Yudachi, because of the red eyes, the blonde hair, the little bow on top of her head, everything like that. But dude, what in the hell? Nozomi gets up against her, and she puts her butt right up against Nozomi, and all of a sudden a nuclear blast frickin' happens, and Nozomi goes flying, and I guess she dodged it. She did some kind of special move where all of a sudden you have Maya's shirt exploding and revealing half her bra and everything, and everyone's like, whoa, what just happened here? That shouldn't have happened. And of course, then you have Kusakai coming in and using her pendulum butt and everything to create a sandstorm and try to put up a barrier so people won't fight. And it was totally insane. I was, surprised enough to have skipped ahead an entire month, and now we're in the thick of it. And we're going to be starting the first of the East-West War battles by the end of this episode with Miyata, who I was just so freaking stoked. I have to wonder if Nozomi had anything to do with, calling her parents and inviting them along, sending them the tickets. It seems like Miyata's mother is all excited to see this, but of course her father has a lot to get over. He seems like a mad old school guy, being the judo sensei that he is. And, here we're talking about scantily clad, butts and boobs battles and everything. He even says, while the first match is just in its beginning stages, this is wrong. All the girls have stripped down to their bikinis. This is kind of wrong. So he has a very yesteryear sort of outlook on all of this. And then for, putting the icing on the cake as far as the WTF-ery in the episode, the first of the, battles begins. And Miyata's pulling up one side of her bikini top, lights ablazing, flashing. I guess she's trying to get the attention of the ass eater, as we're told she's called, who's in this first matchup. And I thought it was interesting, 4-on-4 team members from each of the East and West sides, and they're going to be on this giant on-the-water jungle gym. How the hell are they going to manage even, staying on top of that thing, balancing on it? But she's, I guess, trying to distract the ass eater chick by pulling up her, revealing her boob, and just okay, what the hell? And then, of course, that's where we leave off the episode. It was just all kinds of insane. We got frickin' butt sandstorms. We got butt bombs. We got jello butts. I mean, it's Thanksgiving as of the time of this recording here in the U.S. And, dude, it's like, I told my sister, what perfect show to watch on Thanksgiving. It's all about the breasts and the thighs, just like the turkey on Thanksgiving. And so, yeah, it was an awesome, awesome episode once again. And I'm really rooting for Miyata. I hope she hands the ass eater and her fellow opponents, their asses, no pun intended. And it would be awesome to see them winning out of the gate. They only have to win 2. So I'm assuming because there's 3 matchups, there's going to be, hopefully, providing our main girls win, there's going to be 2 wins on their side. And one of these matchups is going to have to be a loss. And I'm assuming it's going to be the middle match that's going to be the loss. Just pulling it out of my hat off the top of my head. As a loose prediction, we will see. Bring on the next one. Awesome episode, awesome series, absurd as all hell, hilarious as all hell. And yeah, otherwise that'll be pretty much it for me on this. Hope this video finds you well, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.